Hi, Ed here from keywordspeopleuse.com, and I've got an exclusive time-limited offer for you. If you book a product demo with Keywords People Use, I'll give you a free 7-day trial of our standard plan, which allows you access to our new content optimization tool. This tool hooks into your Google Search Console data so we can find all the keywords you're ranking for and what pages are ranking. We then crawl your site content and use advanced machine learning techniques like embeddings and cosine similarity to find you content optimization opportunities that will quickly boost your impressions and clicks from Google. This new feature in Keywords People Use is already showing results for people using it. Don't miss out on the opportunity of a 7-day free trial. Just go to keywordspeopleuse.com/demo to book your slot. That's keywordspeopleuse.com/demo. You'll find the link in the show notes of this episode. Hello and welcome to SEO is Not That Hard. I'm your host Ed Dawson, the founder of the SEO intelligence platform keywordspeopleuse.com, where we help you discover the questions people ask online and then how to optimize your content to build traffic and authority. I've been in SEO and online marketing for over 20 years, and I'm here to share the wealth of knowledge, hints and tips I've amassed over that time. Hello and welcome back to SEO is Not That Hard. It's me here, Ed Dawson, hosting as always. And today I'm on to part 2 of the growth framework update that I promised as part of my accountability process that I'm using you guys listening on this podcast to keep me accountable. I'm telling you when I'm going to produce stuff and then I produce it. And a couple of weeks ago I said I'd produce 2 sections and I split it into 2 podcast episodes. So last Friday I did step 2, the refine part of the process, and today I'm going to do step 3, the optimize part of the process. Now, this process is the growth framework process, and the growth is an acronym and it covers the 6 steps of the framework. So that's gather, refine, optimize, watch, tune, hone, and repeat. So if you haven't listened to the other episodes, it's very much worth going and listening to them. Just search for growth framework in your podcast app of choice, and it will bring up all the ones I've done so far. So we'll now crack on with the optimize section of the process. Oh, by the way, all this is in a shared Word Google Doc that there's a link to in the show notes. You can go and see this as a work in progress. There's details in there, how to contact me, how to give feedback on this, any suggestions you've got, and it's great to hear from you. So here we go now with step 3, optimize, creating and enhancing content. Once you've gathered a wealth of questions and organized them into clear clusters, the next stage is optimization. This phase is all about transforming those clusters into high quality, engaging content that satisfies both search engines and your audience. In this chapter, we cover 4 critical aspects of optimization: choosing the right medium, creating or updating content, on-page best practices, and ensuring an excellent user experience. Choose the right medium. Content isn't one size fits all. Different topics and audiences may respond better to different formats. Choosing the right medium is key to effectively answering the questions your audience is asking. Understanding your audience. Start by identifying how your target audience prefers to consume information. Some audiences favour detailed written guides, while others may engage more with videos, podcasts, or interactive tools. For instance, technical audiences might appreciate step-by-step written tutorials accompanied by screenshots, whereas a broader consumer base might engage more with a short, dynamic video. Matching the topic to the format. Consider the nature of the question. Complex how-to guides, written articles, or downloadable PDFs that break down complex processes can work best here. Visual explanations, infographics or explainer videos can simplify data, making it easier to digest intricate ideas. Interactive content. Tools like calculators or quizzes can actively involve users and personalize their experience. Experimentation and data. Don't be afraid to test different media on similar clusters and measure performance. Remember, a successful content strategy often involves a mix of formats that complement one another, helping you reach a broader audience. Create or update content. With your clusters mapped out and the appropriate medium chosen, the next step is content creation. This phase involves crafting fresh, high-quality content or updating existing content to better answer the questions your audience is asking. Developing a content blueprint. For each cluster, start by outlining the key questions that need to be answered. Develop a content blueprint that details the structure of your piece, what sections will cover which questions and how they will flow together. A detailed blueprint ensures that every sub-question is addressed and helps maintain a logical narrative throughout your content. Writing fresh content. When creating new content, focus on clarity, depth, and engagement. Your goal is to provide comprehensive answers that leave no question unanswered. Engage with storytelling. Integrate personal stories, anecdotes, or case studies where relevant. This not only builds credibility, but also makes the content relatable. Actionable insights. Provide clear, actionable steps that readers can implement immediately. The more practical your advice, the more likely your audience will trust and share your content. Updating existing content. If you already have content available that matches the intent of the questions and clusters you've identified, review it through the lens of your newly defined clusters. Content refresh. Add new information, update outdated statistics, or restructure the article to align with current best practices. Integrate new keywords. Incorporate questions and phrases from your gathered data that may have emerged as trends since the original content was published. Enhance visuals and calls to actions. Refresh images, infographics, and calls to action to improve engagement and conversion rates. Balancing depth with accessibility. While it's important to be thorough, ensure your content remains accessible. Break up large blocks of text with subheadings, bullet points, and visuals to maintain reader interest and improve comprehension. On-page best practices. Optimizing your content isn't just about what you write, it's also how you present it. On-page SEO best practices help search engines understand your content, and they play a crucial role in achieving higher rankings. While this book isn't designed to be a comprehensive on-page SEO guide, here are some of the key areas to consider. Headings and structure. Use clear, descriptive headings, H1s, H2, H3s, etc., to structure your content. Your primary keywords should appear naturally in your H1, and subheadings should further break down the topics. This not only aids in SEO, but also improves readability for your users. Meta titles and descriptions. Craft compelling meta titles and descriptions that accurately reflect your content and include relevant keywords. These elements can serve as the first impression in search results and can significantly impact click-through rates. URL structure. Keep URLs concise and descriptive. A well-structured URL that includes your target keyword can improve both user understanding and search engine indexing. Internal linking. Use internal links to connect related content. This practice not only helps distribute page rank throughout your site, but also guides users to additional relevant information. Ensure the anchor text is descriptive, giving context to the linked content. Image optimization. Include relevant images with descriptive file names and alt text. Compress images to ensure fast load times without sacrificing quality, and consider using schema markup if applicable. Mobile optimization. With the majority of users browsing on mobile devices, ensure your site is fully responsive. Mobile-friendly design is a critical ranking factor and essential for a positive user experience. Content readability. Break your content into manageable paragraphs, use bullet points and numbered lists where appropriate, and choose fonts and colours that are easy to read. Accessibility is not only good for SEO, it's also good for your audience. If you are looking for more in-depth SEO content, then a good place to start is my podcast, SEO is Not That Hard, available on all popular podcast networks. Enhancing user experience, UX. Great content must be paired with a superior user experience. UX encompasses everything from page load speed to intuitive navigation and overall visual appeal. A seamless user experience keeps visitors engaged and encourages them to explore your site further. Page speed. Fast load times are critical. Optimize images, leverage browser caching, and consider using a content delivery network, a CDN, to reduce latency. Remember, both search engines and users favor fast loading pages. Responsive design. Your website should look and function flawlessly across all devices. Responsive design ensures that your content is easily accessible wherever your audience is, whether it's on a desktop, tablet, or a smartphone. Clear navigation. Simplify your site's navigation by ensuring that menus are intuitive and that users can easily find the content they're looking for. A well-organized site structure not only helps with UX, but also aids search engine in understanding your site's hierarchy. Engaging layout and visuals. Use white space effectively to create a clean layout. High-quality visuals, infographics, and interactive elements can enhance engagement. Visual cues such as images, icons, and videos break up the text and keep readers interested. Accessibility. Design your content to be accessible to all users, including those with disabilities. Use alt text or images, ensure that your colour contrast is sufficient, and follow best practices for web accessibility, such as those outlined by the WCAG guidelines. Call to actions, CTAs. Guide your users with clear and compelling call to actions. Whether it's subscribing to a newsletter, reading a related article, or exploring a product page, effective call to actions help drive conversions and keep users interacting with your content. User feedback integration. Lastly, continuously gather and analyze user feedback. Use tools like surveys, comment sections, and analytics to understand how visitors interact with your content. This feedback is invaluable for making iterative improvements that enhance the overall user experience. Bringing it all together. The optimized phase of the growth framework is where your strategic planning takes shape into actionable content that both satisfies user intent and meets search engine criteria. By choosing the right medium, you can ensure that your content resonates with your target audience in a format that they love. Creating or updating content with thorough research and actionable insights turns raw question clusters into comprehensive resources. Adhering to on-page best practices ensures that your content is discoverable and well-structured, while a focus on user experience guarantees that visitors remain engaged and are more likely to convert. Together, these elements form a robust content creation strategy that not only drives organic traffic, but also builds lasting authority in your niche. As you move forward, remember that optimization is an iterative process, one that benefits from continuous testing, feedback, and refinement. In the next chapter, we'll delve into the watch phase, where you learn how to monitor performance and gather insights to inform future improvements. So that's the step 3, optimized part of the framework. Hopefully that gives you an idea of, we're taking those, we've got our clusters and we're now going to turn that into actual content. How we decide what content, what format it's going to be in, and the process for doing that, and also the best practices for making sure it's readable, people are going to engage with it, it's done in formats that's good for the search engines, all the things that you need to do to get those clusters into content that people can then actually consume. So that brings us up, as I said, and the next thing is the watch phase next. So I, as part of my accountability process now, I'm going to get that watch phase out within, let's have a look, we've got watch and tune. I think I'm going to try and get watch and tune done 4 weeks. What was last Friday? So let's see what date that will be. So that will be the 21st of March. So yeah, I'll make sure that those next 2 sections are ready for the 21st of March. So yeah, do go and check out the full document in work in progress. It's getting much bigger now. You may have noticed at the moment it's just text. Obviously, when I come through, this is the first draft that we're creating. So once I've got this first draft done and the whole thinking and the process down in words, that's when I'm going to go back through it again. We'll obviously edit it again based on feedback I've been given. And I'll also be putting in lots of images and lots of examples and more case studies, that kind of thing in there. But in this first instance, I'm just trying to get the process out in order. So yeah, with all these things, like producing a big piece of content like this, which is essentially looking like it's going to be a book or a small book size amount of content, is to do a first draft out and then go through and refine. So that's it for today. Do look, comments welcome. Please get in touch. Love hearing from you all. And so until next time, keep optimizing, stay curious, and remember, SEO is not that hard when you understand the basics.
Thanks for listening. It means a lot to me. This is where I get to remind you where you can connect with me and my SEO tools and services. You can find links to all the links I mentioned here in the show notes. Just remember, with all these places where I use my name, the Ed is spelled with 2 Ds. You can find me on LinkedIn and Blue Sky. Just search for Ed Dawson on both. You can record a voice question to get answered on the podcast. The link is in the show notes. You can try our SEO intelligence platform, Keywords People Use, at keywordspeopleuse.com, where we can help you discover the questions and keywords people are asking online, cluster those questions and keywords into related groups so you know what content you need to build topical authority, and finally, connect your Google Search Console account for your sites so we can crawl and understand your actual content. Find what keywords you rank for and then help you optimize and continually refine your content with targeted, personalized advice to keep your traffic growing. If you're interested in learning more about me personally or looking for dedicated consulting advice, then visit www.eddawson.com. Bye for now, and see you in the next episode of SEO is Not That Hard.